Grayson, how you doing?
Good, how are you doing?
Yeah, I'm fine, thanks. And yeah, I'm glad you're here for the interview, and yeah, let's get started. Okay, so for my first question, could you tell us a bit about yourself, like where you're from, your interests, etc.? And yeah.
So originally I'm from Huntsville, Alabama. It's a big town in the north of Alabama. And I moved to LA about 6-7 years ago, 2016. Because I had started acting when I was 8 and decided that I needed to make that leap in my career to get bigger roles, so I moved out to LA. And then, as for hobbies, uh, I've been picking up musical instruments recently.
Nice.
Yeah. I'll get to that stage where it's like, okay, now I need someone to teach me. Then drop that instrument and then a different one. So I have 11 of them that I can sort of play, but not really play.
Oh, okay.
And then I'm into Rubik's Cubes and video games.
Nice.
Yeah.
Awesome. I'm a musician as well, very nice. And yeah, great. Also, for my second question, you've been in loads of different projects, like the comedies Chicken Girls and The Browsing Effect, as well as the horrors like Black Pumpkin and American Horror Story. What is your favorite kind of project? Like, do you prefer comedies, action movies, horror movies,
Well, honestly, I love horror. I love doing horror. I think a good balance between them. I don't really have a favorite. I will be honest. I will say I've had some of the more fun times being on horror films. Because everyone's laid back and they don't have to. Yeah, they're messing around with stuff as they go along, so it gives it this kind of almost indie film feel, even though they could be something bigger. Sets, because you could see like the prop guy have an idea, and he'd run away, and he'd come back with a bunch of stuff. I'd say on set, probably horror, but comedy is also really fun too. So I couldn't tell you, honestly.
Yeah, nice. That's a really good analogy. And for my third question, could you tell us a bit of like some advice that you've received from a director or cast member, like regarding acting and like techniques for other young actors that would like to take the same path?
Yeah. My very first ever acting coach had told us this: when you first start out, you're not going to get anywhere. It's going to take a lot of hard work. You might be one of the lucky few that gets an audition with Warner and they go, yeah, absolutely. But most times, it's going to take a lot of hard work. It's going to take a lot of commitment. And if you're willing to put time, commitment, and a little bit of money into it, you're going to be able to get places. If you're willing to do anything for a role, you're going to get places very quickly.
Nice. That's exactly nice. And yeah. Also, what would you say would be your like a dream project? Like, who would you like to work with like the most? Like, if you were to be in a franchise or like with some with a specific actor, sort of.
I love to work with James McAvoy. He's great. His role in Split and then Narnia was really good. Those were really good. If I was to pick a genre, probably either a horror comedy or an action comedy. Those would be fun too.
That's great. Nice. And yeah, also, what are you watching these days? Like, are there any series or like YouTube videos or movies that have sort of caught your eye and like interested you?
Oh yeah, I recently got my parents onto Gravity Falls. uh, and I'm really big into animation, and they're not. So I'm having to sit there and explain to them stuff, which kind of takes the fun out of rewatching Gravity Falls. Uh, but I think that's about it. Oh, Moon Knight, that just came out yesterday.
Oh, nice.
That was really good. That's really good.
Great. And yeah, what sort of projects in like movies, films, series, or even voiceovers are you like working on? Like, what's next for you, basically?
Well, the TV show I'm on, Chad, comes out on April 11th, so I'm very excited for that. But other than that, I'm not currently working on anything at the moment.
Great, that's so cool. Thank you so much for having the time to come on here and for being on this interview. Thank you so much. Great.
Thank you for having me.
No problem. See you around.
All right, bye.